Welcome to the CU Flex. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, a.k.a. DukestheScoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at DukestheScoop. And this is brought to you by Well Off Media and by way of Deion Sanders Jr., a.k.a. Osakin, a.k.a. Bucky. Make sure you go down and get that Well Off Forever merchandise. You see, I just had my hoodie on last week. Hey, it's popping. You got to go get some and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I got a special guest today. We call him Trezilla, man. Trezilla, man. Also known as Trez Walker out of Buford High School, one of the newest signees for the Colorado Buffaloes. Man, Trez, what's up, big dog?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man. Hey, how does it feel? The process is over. You are now officially a Colorado Buffalo.
Yes,
how
sir.
much of a relief has that been to be completely done with the process?
I mean, it's definitely a relief, just knowing where I'm going and, it's time to get to work soon. So just having that stress on my back of recruiting and having to worry about coaches and a lot of stuff like that. So just knowing where I'm going and the goal is set now. So just time to go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do.
You had a great senior year, and
Yes, sir.
schools were like chipping away at you. I know Stanford was hitting you. I know Ole Miss was on you. You were formerly committed to Michigan. What was it about Colorado that made you just say, you know what, I'm straight where I am?
Really just the family environment. I went out there for a game, and it just felt even more like home. I could my relationship with Coach Hart, I just felt that he was very close to me and my family. Just the coaches continuing to hit us up all the time, and just them making me see the vision of, what Colorado could be and the projection of where it's going, nothing but up. Taking over the Big 12, having a successful season, just stuff like that, man. It just really kept me tight to the program. Then seeing the linebackers produce how they did with Nikhai Hill-Green and Levante Billy, seeing how they was able to produce it, so I just felt like I could come in and fill that void with them leaving, and that's pretty much what it was.
No, for sure. So when do you actually report to Colorado?
Well, actually, I get to leave the 19th to go up to Boulder, and I get to practice with the team for the bowl game, for the Alamo Bowl, so I'm excited for that. But I officially move in on January 9th, so it's around the corner.
Okay. Now, how does that feel to know that you'll be playing? You go from high school football, you just had a tough loss against your future teammate, Julian Lewis, in the playoffs. We ain't going to talk about too much about that. But how does it feel to go from playing high school football now to practicing for college football for actually a bowl game in the same month?
I mean, it feels good, definitely, that I'm a part of a program that's even participating in a bowl game, and then for them to just give me the opportunity to come up there and give those guys some work, that's an honor. So, I'm just ready to go ahead and get it started, man. I'm still in motion because I'm thinking I was going to have another 2 weeks of football. So,
right.
Just ain't no rest on me, so I'm ready to get out and work.
All right, man, Trey. So at the beginning of the season, not a lot of people expected Colorado to have the type of season that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So for you watching this Colorado continue to stack wins, what was going through your mind as you saw, like a lot of people have thought that Colorado may have been another year away, but to see Colorado kind of arrive how they did this year, what did that mean to you, and what was going through your head as you saw Colorado kind of continue to ascend with the wins?
I mean, it meant a lot to me, as a recruit, just having faith in the program. I love the resilience that the team had, week to week, and just how they were able to come back sometimes, how defense was able to stand up in crunch time situations. That just made me feel good, seeing that the program definitely has some grit about themselves, and everything's going in the right direction, just the right pieces got to get added.
So it's well known, especially in Atlanta, that you and your dad, Malcolm Walker, a.k.a. Buster the Fool, who's a big personality on Instagram and social media, comedian, your relationship with him, everybody in the A knows how tight you guys are. What was it? How did Deion or Coach Prime's relationship with his sons impact your recruitment?
Oh, definitely. My dad had been a Deion fan even when he was at Jackson State. Honestly, I wasn't even a whole fan of it at first because I wasn't really, tuned in. I used to watch Deion's show when I was young. Him on what it was, I think it was on USA. But I used to watch that when I was younger. But just how my dad coached me growing up and how he was able to see Coach Prime coach his kids growing up, he was able to, resonate and relate with that. So just seeing that he felt where he was coming from as a dad, even when he would get like turmoil on the media and stuff like that. So he was able to resonate with that, and just them having conversations, he was able to see where he was coming from as a father and how he feels about the kids around Shador as well. Just how my dad felt about me around the kids when he coached me with Red Breeze, Atlanta Ducks, Atlanta Bulldogs, Welcome All, etc. So all that just go hand in hand.
You just named like the holy grail of Little League football in Atlanta. When you talk about the Ducks, you talk about ABA, you talk about Red Breeze, you talk about all of these teams. What was it like playing with so much talent, and kind of tell people some of the guys that you've already played with who are already being successful in college football and getting recruited highly?
I mean, that was good, man. I mean, like, we didn't know at the time, that they was going to go on and do what they did. But some guys, like Aaron Nolan, Jelani Thurman, KJ Bolden, Juju Lewis, maybe you could go on for days. Terrence Love, you could go on for days. But just being in that hub, just being around that talent early on, even a lot of guys from, like, national, like, going against OG Ducks, Maryland Seahawks, a lot of those guys from that area that are being highly recruited now, I've been seeing them at a time we was young. So just seeing how everybody, kept at it and kept working, that was nice to see. And knowing that I was a part of that talent hub early on, I've been used to big time competition. So a lot of that wasn't nothing new to me.
So you're known for being a heavy hitter. But I think one part of your game that people don't realize is how smart you are. And one of the reasons that you're able to make those hits is because you're in position. Right. Where did that mental part of your game come from? And did you notice that early, or has it always just been a natural feel for you?
I mean, just studying the game early on, I was always a big student of the game, just from dissecting linebackers, Luke Kuechly, Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, Fred Warner, guys like that. Just reacting their, watching their game, watching their teach tape, not only their highlights, like steps and stuff like that, and just really studying the game, because I've always not been the most athletic, so just getting a step ahead on my opponents was always important to me. So being in the film room, being in the books, stuff like that, I just felt like that always gave me an advantage.
So you took visits to multiple places, but the Colorado visit just kind of stood out. We talked about this before. But what does it mean to you to have a university at the Power 4 level with such a culturally in tune fan base and atmosphere?
I mean, it's just something different, like most places aren't like that. Like you go on visits, they ask you what you want to hear. It's like Colorado already know what you want to hear, so this is kind of different, like, and everybody's kind of in tune with the program, and they're just up on a new wave of, like what's going on in everyday life. So it's just different, especially from like other programs that I have visited. They just I just feel like Colorado's a new wave.
Let's talk about you for a minute. Man, Trey, for those who don't know you, describe yourself in 5 words or less, and it can be 5 random words.
5 words. I say chill, hardworking, smart, resilient, dependable, and observant.
Let's talk about observant. What makes you so observant? And because that's not something that you see a lot of kids or not young men your age say. What do you think that maturity comes from for you to be so observant?
Just seeing a lot of stuff around me, just paying attention to my surroundings, so since when I was growing up. So, I just always take a deeper look at things before I react to them or, take a chance on things. So,
if you're not playing football, what are you doing?
To be honest, if I'm not playing football, I'm watching football. Like it's always something. It's really be stuff involving football. But I be with my siblings a lot. I like watching movies, like Disney original movies, stuff like that, little series, crime documentaries, stuff on Netflix. I like the old movies like Paid in Full. That's one of my favorite movies. Planet of the Apes, and like all the old Disney original movies. Like I know all of them, all the songs hard by heart.
All right, so you're a movie buff.
Yeah.
If you could pick any actor or any character, matter of fact, let's do this. If you could play any character in any movie, what character you think that you would kill?
That I would kill?
Yeah, you'll just be the one for it.
This is not a movie, but it's a show. I love to play Tyreek and Ghost Power. I got that.
Hey, man, I would tell your daddy watch his back, man. You know Tariq got wild at the end. Nah, man, no, that's a good one, man. Like, and man, you know what I liked about Power? What I didn't like about Power? Like the first Power, man, every time Ghost got out of trouble, he had to call the police. I'm like, how you gonna be the gangster and you got to call the police? Tariq was a real gangster, though.
Yeah.
Tariq was a real gangster.
Yeah.
All right. So as you go in and you transition to college football, what are you gonna miss the most about high school?
Miss the most? Really gotta say the coaches, man. Like, I just realized the other day when I was cleaning out the locker, I was like, I've been here for the last 4 years. I ain't never really been in a spot that long, like, except for my elementary. I was in my elementary from kindergarten all the way to fifth. But you got to think about it, I moved from Atlanta to Beaufort. So being in a new place like Beaufort, really, I'm going to just miss the community, you know.
Right.
Just miss how close-knit the community was and just how much they really bought into the tradition of Beaufort.
So being from the A, you know, and moving out to Beaufort, what's something that you missed about Atlanta while you moved to Beaufort? And like, what's something that Beaufort gave you that you wouldn't have gotten in Atlanta?
Something I miss about Atlanta probably was like just different little convenient food spots. Like you can go to the corner, get some wings. It's always like a little homemade stuff, little family owned stuff like that. So I like that. But something that Beaufort gave me, I say really like like something to buy into. In Atlanta, it's a lot of hopping around, a lot of, just going to what's the new hottest thing. But Beaufort is just Beaufort. Like, through and through. Like all the kids that's there, or the kids that grew up there, all they know all their life is Beaufort. So for me to come into the program, not being from there and having to buy into what they've been doing for years and stuff like that, that was just something nice to see. A place that got real tradition and years of things that people that came before them, like people doing it for something bigger than themselves. Like a lot of people just do it for, they highlights or they statistics or what they gonna get out of it. But I could truly say like people at Beaufort, most of them was really doing it for the B on the chest. You feel me?
No, I feel you. Like, and then so it was a couple kids like from where we from that went to Beaufort, and everybody had different experiences. Well, how was it like to be able to have guys who came from your same area?
Right.
Did it help you while you were at Beaufort having guys who from where we from going out there?
Oh, it definitely did, because it's like we kind of stick together on some stuff. We know where each other come from, and we know how we was all brought up. So just being around each other, and then it's like we kind of grew up with these people. So, we gonna play hard for each other. And then there's gonna be more competition and stuff like that. So that was just good being with people like Ty Boogie, Nas, and Bryce Perry, right? Just being with all those guys, KJ Edric, Tashawn White. That was just good. Just having all them up there for sure.
Boy, you just named 7. I forgot. Golly, can you, man? And I ain't gonna say nothing, but just imagine if everybody from over here stayed together, like just one. Boy, it'd be too crazy, bro. Man, all right, man. Trey is like, where can no, you know what? Before we get out of here, so for all the Colorado fans, now what I just learned is there's a heavy Colorado fan base in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Talk to the Colorado fans in Atlanta and tell them what's your favorite wing spot and what's your order.
Honestly, my favorite wing spot in Atlanta is called Wild Wings. It's like it's like South Atlanta. It's over there by South Lake Mall. But I get it's like a 20-piece, and I get half ranch, half mild.
Half ranch?
Yeah.
The dry rub ranch?
Yeah, dry rub ranch, half mild.
Boy, you living wild, boy. You ain't even go with the lemon pepper. Good gosh, boy. Hey, the YN's on something different. You feel me? Nah, man. Look, man, Trey, thank you, man. Every time we get together is always fun. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Y'all can all go follow me on Instagram at Mantrez, MANNTREZ. Y'all can follow me on Twitter at Mantrez Walker, capital M, capital W, MANTREZ, WALKER. And y'all can add my Snapchat, Concrete Boy Trez.
For sure. And before I get out of here, I got to give a shout out to Trap Golf.
Yeah.
Golf is dope. Yeah, a guy from College Park, Georgia, went to school with me, played golf at Southern University, started something to get more African Americans kind of involved with golf. So go follow Trap Golf on Instagram. And man, thank y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Let's go Buff.
Yeah.